I'm Dr. Promila Mehan, and in this video, I would like to give you 3 easy self-care tips to help you build a stronger immunity. The first thing we need to understand and accept that practicing self-care is not being selfish. My daughters remind me often of what the flight attendants say when we're in a flight, when they're giving the safety instructions. In case of an emergency landing, put the oxygen mask on ourselves first and then help others. So let's do that. Let's take care of ourselves first so we have the capacity to take care of everybody else around us. My first self-care tip to you is to find an activity that gives you joy. Now, you're not the same person that you were 10, 20, or 30 years ago, and it's going to take you time to rediscover yourself, but give yourself an opportunity to do that. Perhaps you want to start reading again, so you might want to pick up a book. Fiction, nonfiction, the possibilities are endless. You may want to be more physically active, so by all means, get yourself a pair of runners. Find some comfortable clothes to start being more physically active. You may want to try yoga. You may want to try something new, such as qigong. You won't know if you like something until you've tried it. Be adventurous. Don't be afraid to try something new. Now, how do you find the time to develop a new habit in this already crazy, busy lives that we all lead right now? Well, in his book, Atomic Habits, written by James Clear, he gives us some wonderful, wonderful tips on how to develop new habits. He recommends that to develop a new habit, your new habit has to be easy, it needs to be intentional, and it needs to fit into the flow of your life, and the habit needs to take less than 2 minutes. He describes these habits as gateway habits and sort of describes them as being something like being on an on-ramp to a highway. A habit is an action or a thought that leads you or speeds you towards a new behavior. So let's think about some of these new activities. If you would like to be more physically active, the easiest way to get that started is to take your runners and maybe take your jogging clothes out the night before and put them by the front door. You want to be intentional with your habits. So rather than just saying, I want to be more physically active, you need to actually look at your schedule, look at the flow of your life, and find 1 or 2 days where you know you can find the time to go outside for a walk. So say to yourself, Monday and Wednesday, when I get home from work, I'm going to go for a walk. So the walk is not the habit. The gateway habit is actually putting your runners on. By making it easy to pick up your runners and putting them on your feet, you will then find it easier to walk outside the door and go for a walk. Same with the book. If you want to read a book, have a book at home. Put it in a place where it's easy for you to pick up so that when you feel like sitting down, relaxing, reading a book, the book is right there for you to pick up and start reading. Find an activity that you love to do. My second self-care tip for you is sleep. No wellness program is ever complete without recognizing the importance of a good night's sleep. How do we get a good night's sleep? One of the best tips I can give to you is to develop a nighttime routine, a bedtime routine. All day long, we create all kinds of energy in our body. We need energy to wake up. We need energy to work. We need energy to eat, to cook, to clean, to get everybody ready. And your body is just highly, highly stimulated. Then on top of that, we have all of this visual stimulation from our laptops and our screens and our TVs. And your brain is literally super tanked with all of this visual, high energy stimulation. And then we think that we can just close our laptops and snap our fingers and tell our brains to shut down and go to sleep. Well, it doesn't work like that. As much as we need all this energy to help us get through the days, in the nighttime, we need to fill our bodies with relaxation energy so that our body and our brain has time to defrag, to relax and get ourselves to sleep again. So one of the things you can do, and I think a lot of people have heard, is that screens really mess up our sleep. The visual stimulation from the lights and all of the activities on our screens, on our TVs, really affect how well we can sleep. The best way to get started with your bedtime routine is to start turning off your screens before you go to sleep. Now, ideally, we want 90 minutes before you go to sleep, no more screen time. Now, most people will probably want to turn this video off at this time, but I'm just going to ask you just to hang on for a couple of minutes and let me explain this to you. Just as I explained to you about the other habits being easy, fitting into the flow of your life, take it easy. So in the beginning, if you are suffering from not being able to sleep well and sleep through the night, let's start by just cutting back 15 minutes before your bedtime. But you don't want to just turn off your screen and do nothing, because you're going to hate it, you're going to be miserable, and you're not going to repeat that activity. You want to replace your screen time with something else that gives you joy. So for you, it could be something as simple as reading a book. It could be doing some qigong or some meditation exercise before you go to sleep. It could be listening to some music. To make this new habit easier, by having a book on your coffee table so that it's easy for you to see and pick up to read, or pre-plan some of the music that you would love to hear. And again, you don't want to be on your phone scrolling through Spotify trying to find the music that you want to listen to. Have a plan in mind. What do you want to listen to before you go to sleep? And save that and have that available and easy for you to listen to when you're ready to go to sleep. Now, if you don't know why you can't go to sleep, let's talk about it then. Let's get you in. Let's fill in a sleep health questionnaire. Let's have a conversation about the reason that you can't fall asleep. You may have a sleep disorder. You may have insomnia for a variety of different reasons. And I'd be more than happy to find a customized sleep hygiene list and just a whole treatment protocol that would work just for you to help you find a way to get a good night's sleep. My third tip to you is oral health. Oral health is vitally important to your well-being. Now, if you're somebody who's struggling with brushing that second time of day or even just starting to floss, how do I make that easy for you? Well, my first recommendation to you is to have a brush and a floss and toothpaste in every bathroom in your house. That way, when you're tired, you don't have to feel like you have to go up to your bathroom close to your bedroom to brush. You can just, whenever you're tired, go to whatever bathroom that's convenient for you to start brushing. Now, like I've said with the other habits, how do we make this easy? You know what? If you've never brushed that second time of day, pick 2 nights of the week where it's easy for you to find some time to brush. And let's just start with getting you in the habit of brushing twice a day and eventually get to the point where you're brushing all 7 days of the week. Once that becomes really easy for you, then let's add flossing. So let's floss 1 day of the week and build on that to the point where you're eventually flossing 7 days a week. Now, if you're somebody like me, I do have my brush and floss and toothpaste in every bathroom in the house. I also have floss in my purse and in my coat pocket and in my car and a little bit overboard, but you know what? Oral health is super, super important to me. The other thing you can do is make your oral health your priority. If you see a commercial on TV that reminds you that, hey, you know what, my hygiene appointment is coming due, or I'm overdue, or I have a filling that needs to be done, send us an email. Our email and voicemails are on 24 hours a day, and we work very, very hard to respond to everybody's emails and voicemails in a very prompt and efficient manner. Make your oral health your priority. At the end of your hygiene appointment, please book your next recare appointment. That gives you the opportunity to pick the time and day that works best for you. So remember, put the oxygen mask on yourself first. Find an activity that you love to do that gives you joy. Find a way to get a great night's sleep and make your oral health your priority. Thanks for watching this video, everybody, and please subscribe to this channel if you would like to continue to learn more self-care tips.